Good evening, everyone. John Henry Soto. Welcome to 7 p.m. Primetime Interviews. Tonight, Asadah Kirkland is in the house. She's back. We're going to be talking Bitcoin and everything Bitcoin. We're super excited to have her here. So please stay tuned for Asadah Kirkland and Bitcoin Talk. Yo. I don't know what that was, but hey, everybody, welcome. My name is John Henry Soto, and this is 7 p.m. And we're going to be talking tonight to Asadah Kirkland, Bitcoin expert and a friend of mine, and she's been on the show, the other stuff that I did, and this is our new thing now, and I'm very excited to talk to her because I feel a little bit more educated than I did the last couple of times that we met. So I feel like I don't think I can compete, but I'm just saying that at least it's going to be a little bit more in tune. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the show, Asadah Kirkland. Asadah, welcome. I know we were talking a little bit about some static things, so you keep me posted if what I'm saying, if you're hearing it clearly. Audience as well, if you're out there, please let us know. And if you have any questions for Asadah, please drop them into the comment section there, and we'll definitely take those questions up because that's why we're here, to answer questions and to, I think you said it best when we spoke a few minutes ago. You wanted to kind of like destimulate people from certain things and make them feel better about what Bitcoin is and where we are. And it's a little volatile. It can be, but talking to you today, I think we're going to be hearing a lot of what's happening, solutions, and just kind of getting people just to feel a little bit better about the whole thing, right?
Exactly.
Yeah. So I want to thank you for being here. Appreciate it. I think I'm going to start off with, let's go back to basics in case, just for someone who's just tuning in for the first time with Bitcoin and just trying to figure out very quickly, what is a Bitcoin?
Sure, because we have people that say straight up, I don't even know what you're talking about. It's going over my head. I heard about Bitcoin, but I just can't get it. It's fine. People couldn't get what do you call those ATM machines at one point. They couldn't even get the internet. They were like, "What are you talking about?" Talking to
Yeah, I
them
still
and
have trouble
interview.
with that one.
Yeah, they were like email.
Yeah.
So a Bitcoin, guys, it's a different form of money. It's sort of like peso in Mexico, and yen in China, and different places have currencies. But a Bitcoin is a currency that could be used all over the world. So you could spend it in Aruba, you could spend it in Brooklyn, you can spend it in Sweden, like you can spend it all over the world. You can even go to a Bitcoin calculator, put in the country's their money, and then it'll show you the Bitcoin equivalent, right? So it's just another way to spend money. It is its own currency. Sorry for the street noise, guys. I'm not home in a controlled environment, but if you hear too much, we're city people. But I love Bitcoin because it gives you the freedom to start to grow money in ways that we never could. The only way we were able to grow money is through a job, or people tell you to put your money in a savings account. They're going to give you like 0.01% on your money. But
Right.
with Bitcoin, you control, particularly how we grow it, you control how much of it you want. How much do you want to grow of it? And because it moves, like, John just said a few minutes ago, it's volatile. So what? In our money, a dollar is a dollar. But in Bitcoin, a dollar could easily turn to 500. Believe
Right.
me, I've seen that a million times. So having some of it, the only question is going to be, do you have some? Even if you don't understand it, look, earn while you learn. Like learn, but then get you some. Because, I mean, John, I love your testimony. You were like, I started with this amount, and all I know is it grew to this amount, right?
Yeah.
A
And I
thousand.
was
You
gonna
start.
I was gonna talk about that in a little bit. Yeah,
Mhm.
definitely.
Yeah. So, while you don't understand it, I think staying connected to John, staying connected to myself, you are going to learn. And like, I'm in a club called the MLS Bitcoin Club, right? So it's John. And the thing about the club is that it's not just circulating our Bitcoin. We learn. We have
Right.
many members whose credit scores have improved because the owner of the company, Wall Street, we call him, he actually educates us on a lot of different platforms. So even with Bitcoin, now we're learning about all kind of coins, doggy coin and Ethereum and other types of coins because they can have different functions. So if all of this seems so confusing, you got to get unconfused
Right.
about it because this is the way of the world. This is what, like my daughter's 17, her money as an adult, it's already her money as a teenager. Mommy, I
Right.
need a computer. I said, go buy it. You got Bitcoin? And she said,
Right.
oh. And she just went
Right.
and bought a $2,500 computer in
Right.
seconds. So, it's giving us the ability. Whose teenager has that type of ability? Mine, yours could too. And so Bitcoin itself, you guys, is a currency, but it's also seen as an asset.
Right.
Okay. And the reason it's seen as an asset, not just like a piece of money, like you have a dollar, but because it grows in value, it's considered an asset also. So when you have it, yeah, you might have spent 200 something dollars or $400 if you're rocking with our club, but that 400, when it turns to thousands, there's your asset,
Right.
and then you have the power and the freedom to do what you want to do with that Bitcoin. So just know that it's a currency on the one hand. You can spend it and use it. Literally, I buy groceries, but then it's also an asset. You couldn't own a house before a good. Go own some Bitcoin. It's
Right.
gonna grow in value, you see. So yeah, that's
Yeah.
pretty much it in a
Cool.
nutshell.
Yeah. And so, yeah, I always tell people, it's a currency, and just like every currency, I think it's backed up by the fact that by the protection and by the trust of what it is, and I
Mhm.
think people, it's a little bit difficult for people to sometimes wrap their heads around that. All I know is that the MLS program, that group that I'm part of, the amount of education that I get there, which is really, I'm a big education guy. I mean, I want
Yeah.
to know stuff. I dive into whatever it is that I'm not sure about. I want to, if it's interesting to me, like, I'm not going to dive into microbiology, but if I
Mhm.
was interested in microbiology, you damn well I'm going to be studying a lot about microbiology, right? Um, and so for me, the educational aspect of it really is just invaluable. It's just really amazing. And financially, I know people probably think this is crazy, but I put in, I don't think I put in that much, maybe a couple $100, just to start into the group and stuff. And that grew to like over $5,000, and I don't have anything else. And I've also gotten involved into other, the other coins, and all the different alternate coins that are out there.
Mhm.
Just because, when I'm interested, I'm going to dive in and I'm going to try to learn as much as I can. So I have coins, a lot of coins and other things, not just Bitcoin. So but today we're talking about Bitcoin, and for me, I don't know anything else that I can put in a couple $100, and within, what was it, 6, 7 months or
Months.
something? I mean, it was like not even that long. I mean, it grew to $5,000, and um, so I'm like just letting it ride. Like, I'm like, well, this is good. I'm gonna
Yeah.
hold. I could use some of it. I can actually take off some of the ones that I'm actually deciding to, if I want to use some of it. There's different. Let's talk a little bit about storage, right? Because I think people, I think you explained it really well last time we were on, where people talk about a wallet. People talk about your wallet, right? Well, it's almost like your actual wallet, right? Your
Mhm.
physical wallet. If you lose your wallet out in the street, well, the money that's in it, chances are somebody's going to find it and they're going to take that money and you're done. You also lost your ID and all that other stuff. So it's
Mhm.
kind of the same concept, right?
It's kind of the same concept. The only thing here, guys, is one, crypto makes you more responsible as a person.
Oh yeah.
You're not losing your wallet. You're not. And even let's say you had your wallet on your phone. Let's say you lose your phone.
Right.
Well, when you get your new phone, as long as you have the security code, you can download your wallet onto your new phone.
Right.
Okay, good.
Right.
The key is the responsibility over the 12 words or the key phrases or what have you. One dude, we were passing around an article and he couldn't remember his 12 words. And with that forgetting went $200 million.
Yeah,
Bye
I heard
bye.
about that.
Yeah, because he didn't remember the words. So it's like more responsibility. You learn your
Yeah.
words, but then you choose your device. You have an option of what kind of wallet you're gonna get. You know how, like John said, you got a wallet that got zippers and it's real secure. It goes under your shirt. And no, here it's just digital. You're gonna choose. Some of y'all say, "Oh, I got Cash App, and I got a wallet on there." Don't do that. Don't do that because you don't own your security words.
That's
That
a
way,
third. That's a third party
that's
thing.
like a hot wallet, right? You got the
Right.
wallet, but guess what you don't have? If you got like Coinbase or you got Cash App, you don't have the 12 words. You don't have the security code. So the Bitcoin's not just yours, it's also that organization's. And if they close, as Coinbase has done in the past, guess what else closes with it? Your money.
Yeah.
Your money. So though we always say you can get money, you can get your Bitcoin from there because you do have to buy it from somewhere. You could buy it from Cash App, which is the cheapest, or you could buy it from some wallets like Trust Wallet or what have you. But you want to have it in a safe wallet where you own the codes. And so that's a warm wallet that you could get on your phone or your iPad. But then there's something called a Trezor. If I was home, I would show it to you. It looks like a car alarm, right? About that size, but you can hold millions of dollars on it. And that doesn't leave my house at all. Like somebody said, what if I lose my Trezor? Girl, if I'm holding millions of dollars, it stays home, like in the safe or under the plank or something like that.
Right.
But you
Exactly.
can, have your Bitcoin. Like when you start making larger amounts, like in our club, because you control the amount of Bitcoin you make, you need a place to store larger sums of Bitcoin. And so a Trezor is better. I'm not going to have like $11,000 on my warm wallet. I'm going to take that, put it on my Trezor, and so I wouldn't even know all this stuff if I wasn't in a club, because that's what we're taught. We're taught digital world, you know what I'm saying? So sorry about the motorcycle guys if y'all can hear that. But the key is to be in a space where you're learning about this stuff and not be embarrassed by it, because this is new. You can't be like, did Martin Luther King have a Trezor? There was no Bitcoin during no civil rights movement or years ago. And this is the other thing. Yeah, it's all new. And here's the other thing. The only reason we're tripping about Bitcoin, like I can't wrap my head around it, is because if you're watching this, you've never seen the evolution of money in your lifetime. You've only known one type of money, right? You didn't see anything new before it. So that's all you know. But there were some people around that went from like shells to like paper money. They probably was tripping like, I'm not buying anything with that paper. But now that's all we know. So now here's another evolution of us, coming into a new money. So it's a little, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
but luckily we have trustworthy people to learn from.
Right. And isn't it likened to when people had gold and then they just brought their gold over to the Federal Reserve, and then it's like, so this gold is worth this amount of cash. Here's the cash. And then they take the cash, and then now they can go buy stuff with the gold, but they lost the gold, right? Now it's in Fort Knox, or actually Fort Knox is empty now, but it's somewhere, right? And so it's basically the value of it is based on whatever that thing was. Where and Bitcoin is not like a regular wallet, obviously, because you do need those words. You can always, as long as you protect those, like I have mine very, very well protected in a folder, in a safe place. I know where it is. I check it every once in a while just to make sure it's there. Just to make sure everything is clean. I actually tattooed the code.
You silly. Right. Look, don't think I haven't heard that. Somebody said that to me. They was like, I'm getting ready to tattoo them words on my body.
I've thought of it. I thought, you know what? Why would you just tattoo it right now? Because then people will be like, then they could see it, right?
They'd be like, raise your hand, raise your arm. They're the words.
Like, I got the words. I got the last one. It was under his armpit.
So funny. Yeah. So, please, guys.
Yeah. So it is definitely a more protected thing. And the thing
protected, you're responsible for however you protect it, but there are ways to learn about in terms of how you do it.
Right. And you mentioned the cold wallet, the warm wallet, the hot wallet, which is basically if you have it on Cash App or one of those things. Coinbase. Warm wallet is like if you have it on BitPay, right?
Or Trust Wallet. I have a lot of people
use
Trust Wallet now.
Right. And cold wallet is when you have it off of the internet, basically, right?
Right. So that Trezor, guys, is off the internet. Thank you for saying that, John, because it holds a lot of money, guys. But the reason why it's so secure is because it not only has the words that make it safe, but it's offline. Like you got to plug it up in order to read it. And so people like that, because some people, they like, I don't want to have myself on the internet, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
So not that you
Right.
talk about that, but a warm wallet, it's still connected to the internet, and some people might feel funny about that. But if you want to have
Right.
total, autonomy over it, get you a Trezor. The brother who runs our company, Wall Street, he lives by that Trezor, because we actually get paid through that Trezor. Like when money comes in, it gets recorded through the Trezor and then sent to us, so it can hold large volumes. I think
Yeah.
even Obama said something about it's like having a Swiss bank account in your pocket. Like it's
Right.
like that, like, and it's global, and it's great because it's actually cheaper instead of fee in terms of fees. It's cheaper than anybody that's out there. Cash App is the lowest out of the warm wallet world, but the
Mm.
Trezor, man, I might go to buy some Bitcoin and it'd be like $30 of a fee. I go transact from my Trezor, it'll be $7. So,
Wow.
you just kind of learn. You
Yeah. Yeah.
learn these different things and learn this digital world. It's inevitable, guys. If you're acting scared, don't do that, because you don't want to be forced into this world where you don't have the control. We're trying to show you how to be in this world and be in control. Because remember, some people were in the beginning of YouTube, some people were in the beginning of iCloud, like, and really made a move to have a stakeholder in that,
Right.
and knew they saw something. But the rest of us were like, oh, no, no. Even me, Bitcoin, when it was introduced to me, $10 a coin. And I was like, oh, I'll get out of here. I don't want to talk to you. But he didn't know how to explain it to me. What if
Right.
I bought 10 back then, y'all? That would be right now 10 times 35,000. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's okay though, but it's still not too late. Luckily with the club, we show you how to multiply Bitcoin and just accelerate the speed at which you make Bitcoin. It doesn't have to take, it can take 30 minutes, and I can show you how to make hundreds of dollars in 30
Right.
minutes, So it's a
Yeah.
good place to be.
Yeah. And what I love about it also is that there is a place that you can always go to for questions, for education. There's also a lot of videos on there. If you don't know something, you can watch
Hmm.
a video that will explain it. Wall Street also does he does live Q&As. Like I don't know if he does them once a week,
Every day. Mm-hmm. Every
but yeah,
Tuesday.
every Tuesday, right? Yeah. So and I was at the last one, and I just learned so much by it. And I didn't have really questions, because like I said, I've studied a lot, and I don't know everything, but I have some understanding of the basics now. And
Yes.
hearing him talking, I can see the level of understanding that he has,
Sure.
not only on making on the Bitcoin part of it, but how to really monetize that, being in the club, how to really make it so profitable that this can be like your thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that really kind of was exciting for me to know that you can learn how to, fix your credit, and get to and learn about certain things, and even buy a house at some point.
Mm-hmm. And don't have
With,
to pay a mortgage.
and don't pay a mortgage. That's
Like
like,
who
I
does?
don't.
Who knows those tricks of the rich? Not a lot of us. Like
Right.
the,
Right.
what I like about him is that he said flat out, he was like, I don't need y'all's money. Like
Right.
this is not something of a company where it's going to take a lot of your money. He's like, I don't need your money. I got my own money. He said, but I would like to see a hundred a hundred thousandaires, by the end of the
Right.
year, or who's going to be the first millionaire. I kind of got a secret little mellow thing. I'm like, I think I may want to be that. But
Right.
what place can we look at? Not your job, where you can say, I think I will make a million this year. I think I will make a minimum of 100,000 this year. Like you usually don't have the leeway to do that because you
Right.
get a set pay for a set thing, but you can actually come in our club and just go, sky's the limit, and just
Right.
make that amount of money. And so I love the freedom of that, and I love that there's no suppressive anybody over you rationing out money, trying to say you can or can't do that, and that
Yeah.
doesn't exist. So we got a new age coming. There's an age, this is an age where you got a force going, I'm gonna get you. But then at the same time, you got, in this age, here's some freedom, but you got to be looking in the right place
Right.
and not let fear be your base. Because fear, especially with Bitcoin right now, people are mad fearful. Ooh wee.
Mhm.
Because Bitcoin went all the way up to like $64,000,
I know.
not too, like a month ago or so.
Like
It
a
went up
month
to
ago,
62,
yeah, I know. Yeah.
right? And so you all happy and feeling good, but then it went down, 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 down. So now it's like $35,000. per coin, and people are like, oh my God, Bitcoin is crashing.
And people don't
Hold on, hold on,
realize
hold
that. Where was it like 2 years ago?
on. I mean, where was it when I came in? It was like at $4,000.
Right.
Like, where did it start? Bitcoin used to be less than a penny, and y'all gotta understand, when it was less than a penny and it was all of that, people were just, they were dogging Bitcoin. It was like, Bitcoin's gonna bust. It's a bubble. While they were talking that smack, even in 1 year, 2017, Bitcoin was like 1,000 and change, but by the end of the year, it was 20,000 and change. Yo, they said that's bigger than, they said, first of all, Bitcoin is more valuable than gold. You can buy like 19 ounces of gold with one Bitcoin. Okay. And then it said that Bitcoin performed better in 2 years than the stocks in 20. So
Right.
just you got to be wise. Like, this is the time to say, I don't know everything. Like, you drive a car, but you don't know everything about that car. But you just know enough to drive it, right?
Right.
Same thing with Bitcoin. You better get some and then find ways to grow it. You could sit there and just watch it, but this is not that time. This is not that age. This is not the age of sit down and watch. That's what
Right.
the banks kind of got you doing.
Right.
Here, let your money sit here. We'll watch it, and then
The
you
money
ain't,
here will give
haven't
you
paid no
12
money.
cents in the next 40 years. Um,
Right, right. You'll make double your money in 72 years or whatever they do,
yeah.
right? But
So
with
you,
Bitcoin, no,
yeah.
you'll make a lot more. So they're coming around, and how you know is because you got, what's the Tesla dude and Chase and, all these people that are
Elon
coming to the
Musk.
table. What's his name? Elon Musk, right?
Elon Musk. Yeah.
So look at my, because see, for me, guys, we say Bitcoin expert, but I don't necessarily see myself that way, right? Because I have so much more I could learn. But that's the beauty of Bitcoin. You could be you know what make you an expert? The fact that you got a lot of it.
Right.
Now, you doing something right. But my
Right.
thing is, it's an easy enough world for you to come in it and succeed. Like, you don't have to be an expert. You don't
Right.
have to understand all the coins. You don't have to understand what none of that stuff is that makes it. It's real technical. And or look, you come in, you get some, you find out how to grow it, and then I'm
Right.
able to be a mom. I'm able to be, all the other things that I am, an author, and without having to be consumed. I'm an economist. I do money. No, I don't have to be like that, but I know more about money now because of the club. It makes a person, a novice or a
Right.
person, just a regular layman like myself, feel good and strong in the space. And you can see my confidence about it. Do I
Yeah.
look
Yeah.
worried? I don't care if that price drop. Because in our club we still make money even when it drops. So it's
Right.
good. Just a good place to be.
Yeah, and one of the things I was going to say was about the confidence level too. In the beginning, you have to go with someone you trust, right? And I trust you, so that's why I when you brought it to me, I was like, yeah, I've known Asadah, and I trust her 100%. So I'm like, let's just do it.
Mhm.
And I looking back now that I'm more educated, I think about how tragic it is that so many people just downplay it and also choose not to understand it, and are not going to benefit from it, because it's going to happen whether people like it or not. This is not going away. And the
Mhm.
fact, and you know why it's not going away, because CNN covers it. They're experts now on CNBC, on the financial shows. They're talking about Bitcoin. There's a whole thing that whenever they're talking about the stock market, they'll talk about Bitcoin and where Bitcoin is. So why are they doing that? Because it's legitimate. It's an
Yes.
actual currency that was birthed in 2000, whenever, or 9, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
here we are, just whatever, 12 years later, and we have this whole other economy going. And so this is why I wanted to have you on again, is because I also want people to get educated. I'm not like Wall Street says, I don't need anybody's money, right? It's not even for money. Is that I want to educate people so they can have a little bit more understanding on what the power is that they have already right now. They have the ability. All you have to do is open up your mind and just do a little studying, and also invest like whatever you feel comfortable on, right? Because people always think, well, how much does it cost to start? I'm like, well, there'll be like a fee or a small thing, but if you want to put in like $1,000 onto Bitcoin, awesome. If you don't want to do that, you want to put very little in, that's fine too. You know what I mean? Like, I didn't put a lot. I got my membership in there, and once I got my membership, I just put a little bit more in there and stuff. And next, I'm looking at, I'm like, yo, this thing ain't stopping. This thing keeps going on. I kept showing it to my wife every morning. I'm looking at the thing, and it was going. I remember like about 6 months ago, it was going. It was just every day it was just going up. And
Right.
Bitcoin is 24/7. It's not like the stock market that shuts down at a certain time. It's 24/7. So you wake up in the
Yeah.
morning, you're like, it went up $2,000. And it was just like bizarre.
Yeah. And that's not exaggerating. That's like a
I'm not
real thing.
exaggerating whatsoever. I mean,
Go
I'm not
up
the kind.
2,000 in a day, right?
Yeah, I'm not the kind of guy that exaggerates. I'm straight up. Matt Briggs is in the house. What's up, Mr. Matt? He says,
But
Cash App, Robinhood. You don't actually own crypto that is usable, right? So a lot of those
say that
apps.
again. Say that again.
He said Cash App and Robinhood, etc. You don't actually own crypto that is usable. So
Um,
it's.
that's not 100%
I think
true.
you can use it. You can use
Yeah,
it, but I
because
think
in
that it's
Cash
not.
App,
You,
well, let me tell you how. In Cash App, guys, you get your crypto, but if you want to use it, I can't speak for Robinhood because I don't use that. But for Cash App, if you want to use your Bitcoin, you only have to enable withdrawals within that system. And
right,
so you go to the home page, you click on Bitcoin. When you click on Bitcoin, you're going to see deposit, and then you're going to see enable withdrawals or send Bitcoin or something like that. And you click on it, and you have to just take a picture of your ID, answer some questions, and then they verify you, and you can go ahead and
spend it.
transact Bitcoin to your heart's content.
Yeah, I
Believe
did
me, that's
that.
the way that a lot of us do that. Yeah. So you just
Yeah,
have to enable, because I understand what the brother's saying there, because there are some places it's like, well, how I get this money out? How do it's not really clear, but Cash
yeah. I
App,
need, I
you
need a
can.
crowbar.
Yeah, right, a digital one. So, but yeah, so if you go and enable yourself in Cash App, you will be able to use the crypto as much as you like. Many of us do it, particularly because Cash App has the lowest rate
Right,
outside of the Trezor. Cash App is lower than BitPay. It's lower than Trust. It's 1.75%,
right,
when you have a fee, to that you're doing a transaction. But like BitPay, which is a warm wallet, it could be up to like 6%. And
right. Yeah,
and look, when Bitcoin's getting up to like $62,000, that's not cute. That
that's
fee
that's
is going high, baby.
that's a
So
lot of
you want
money.
to
Yeah,
find the lowest way to
yeah, yeah.
transact. Hmm.
Yeah, I think I did the same thing with Cash App. When we first started, I started with that, and I bought some Bitcoin on the Cash App, and
Hmm.
then after it went up, I just transferred it, and I just literally just sent it right to my BitPay,
To your
and
wallet. Yep.
just transferred it all there. I kept, I
Yeah,
think,
because that's
maybe.
like your bank.
Yeah,
That's like your
yeah,
bank.
right,
You can, when you get those wallets, guys, you can see it. If it's not like Coinbase or Cash App, or where you didn't have 12 words, when you got those 12 words, that is your bank. And
right,
no one can get in it. No one, only whoever you share it with. And that's what you want. The securities better. Some people say stuff like, what about the security? Is it
right,
secure? I'm like, girl, it's more secure than the bank. Bank, all they need is your name and your social. They get your money. But
right,
in the crypto world, it's you don't get identified by a name or a social. You get identified by a code, and the
right,
code changes when when a transaction happens, but it still understands your old one. But to the eye, it's a new wallet, and yeah, it's
right.
very secure. It's
It's
fabulous. I've been in Bitcoin. Yes, guys, it's wonderful.
yeah.
Go ahead.
And it's basically a blockchain, right? I mean, that's what people talk about all the time. It's a blockchain, and a blockchain is basically a secure ledger of everything that has taken place within that transaction. So nobody can go in and change the ledger, because it is literally it was iron proof piece of data where you can't really go in and mess with it, and I think that
Yeah.
that's really what makes it the most secure. It's the blockchain. And now people are talking
Hmm.
about the NFTs, and which are
Mm.
non-fundable tokens.
I'm about to
And
say, don't be giving a no to be like, what you talking about?
what are you saying? What? And so there's a lot of things that you can do with this blockchain, where it's not only currency, but it's also like files. It's also security files that are protected on this thing called the blockchain.
Yeah.
And I love the analogy that somebody had made, which is basically saying that you know, think of a piece of a wood, a piece of wooden, a stick. And if
Mm-hmm.
you had the transaction at the beginning of that wooden stick, right, and it goes through, nobody can go in. If somebody tries to go into that stick and tries to, they're gonna, it's not gonna allow them because the stick is gonna break, right? It's not, you can't even go in to do it. It's not, it doesn't give you the option of doing
Sure.
that. So that's why it's so secure, because it literally is a one, a
It,
ledger that cannot be messed with.
that's right. It's like this, guys. Um, fraud is easy with regular money. Fraud
Very
is easy. What you want to do? I got a good
trillion
printer.
dollar industry.
You know what I'm saying? You want me to print us some 20s. But see, with crypto, there's no fraud. You understand? Because that blockchain, number one, records every single transaction that takes place, right? It it's called blockchain because they call blocks these little units of information from your transaction, right? So one, nobody can penetrate that. Right? They can't copy that. And let's say I gave you 10,000 and you was like, no, you didn't. With real money, you can go, no, you didn't. And I'm like, I did. I gave you the receipt. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't see
But
no
with
paper.
right, but with the blockchain, you got a transaction number, baby. You be like, hold on, let me get that
Right.
transaction number, and you can put it in, find it, and show the thing. Yeah, so it's very secure.
Yeah.
It's just a different world. Like I said, different level of responsibility for us over our own money. Because up until this point, we've gotten real comfortable with banks being the overseers of our money,
Right.
almost to the point where we go to get our money and they be like, no, you can't get it right now. Or we're gonna charge you a fee, like all these extra things, but because we
Yeah. I
bought
just
into
had
the
that.
system, you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah. I just had that
no good.
experience where, well, I had some money in savings, and they're like, well, if you want to transfer the money from savings to your regular checking, you can only do it 6 times. And I'm like,
Right.
but what? Well, then we charge you. I was like, so they're charging you for your own money
Yeah.
to move your money around, your own money that you put in. They're charging you
Yep.
for that. It's
It's
almost
their game.
insane.
Yeah, it's
And,
insane, but it's their game, guys. If we
right.
choose to do it, that's our choice. You chose to be dealing with them. But see, for those of us that are going into the crypto world, I don't want to deal with that anymore. I was working through the club and I was bringing in like 4,000 at one time. Do you know the bank would not let go the money because they were like, we don't understand. We don't, you don't usually do this. And it was a business account, so there's no way it should have been stopped
Wow.
because it was too much money. 4,000 is not a lot of money, and to a business. So we had to go through all this stuff, and then I said, "This is why I'm not dealing with banks anymore because
Yeah.
those rules, those restrictions do not exist dealing with crypto, and I can actually project. Like my daughter's going to college. Okay, how much money will I need? Okay, let me rock this Bitcoin. Okay, let me get that. Like even her friends are starting to rock with Bitcoin. Let me say this to you all: we might be old and crusty, but if for nothing else, if for nothing else, get Bitcoin for your children, please. You will be long gone, but Bitcoin will be their main source of money.
Yeah.
And who knows what else at that time. And so you have to have a little foresight. Stop being so scared and anxiety. Stop doing that.
Yeah.
Get the crypto for your children so that they can at least have some, or else they're gonna be poor forever. Times are changing. Crypto's different. They
Yeah.
can't. You see how they keep printing more and more money? You can't do that with Bitcoin. There were 21 million that were supposed to be out for production. I think it's down to like 2 million or less left of Bitcoin. Now, when it becomes scarce, as we know, you're going to have to try to find people. John, can I get some Bitcoin? So and so, can I get some
Please,
Bitcoin?
I need Bitcoin. I'm dying.
Right. We try to help you now. So yeah, get it now. Let
And
your
if you
children,
can't,
what it is, all of that.
right. And people also, because one Bitcoin is 30, right now it's 35, right? $35,000 for one
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin. So people are thinking, well, I
Mm-hmm.
don't have $35,000 to buy a Bitcoin, but you don't
Right.
have to buy the Bitcoin, right? You can buy a percentage of a
Mm-hmm.
Bitcoin, which is what I did. And
Mm-hmm.
that grew to over $5,000
Mm-hmm.
within like whatever it was, 6 months. And so let's talk a little bit about fiat money and the transition of Bitcoin there seems to be a battle going on if you're watching the financial gurus, and the guys they're always wrong. It's so hilarious to watch Bitcoin professionals like Wall Street and some of the other ones that we follow talk about the predictions that were made by financial experts a year ago, 2 years ago, whatever it was, and how wrong they all were, and it's very dangerous because a lot of people put a lot of trust into these professionals, right? So, but I always say the proof is in the pudding, right? I mean, here you have a currency like Bitcoin, and it's actually improved by from I mean, it's been like a ridiculous climb, and even though it has its moments where it comes down again, and it's a market, right? Because it is a market. um it never has dropped to, and if it has dropped, a lot of people actually go in and buy more because they know where it's going to go, and this is what happens when Bitcoin goes down. People go in and they buy more.
Yep.
So what do you think fiat money is? Are the banks in trouble? I always feel like I go to the bank and be like, can I get some quarters? We don't got quarters. Oh, but you have all the money. Well, we're very low on change now. I'm like, but the back there is all the money. It's like,
Right. Exactly.
it seems to me that there's something going on that, and maybe it's just me. I don't know, because I know things are scaling down in banks. There's less tellers. There's less workers going on. There's more that you can do automated, more that you can do from your phone on banks and stuff. So they're kind of cutting out locations one by
Mm-hmm.
one. Do
Mm-hmm.
you think that we're at a crossroads right now when it comes to fiat? And fiat is cash money, in case anybody doesn't know. It's
Yeah, I
just
was
like,
about to clear it. I was about to clear
yeah, no,
that.
that's why I saw you in your eyes. I'm gonna clear words. Stand back. Um, so so yeah, fiat money is basically all the money that we have in our cash money in the bank, right? The government money.
Yeah,
So
government
what
money.
do you think of that?
Well, guys, yeah, like he said, fiat money is government owned money, right? That's what we're used to. Got the Benjamins and all of that. That's what we're used to, right? So, of course, it's at a crossroads. You guys yourself, think about yourself. I cannot even tell you, outside of Bitcoin, people go, they say, I don't really do, I don't carry cash anymore. I only
Mhm.
carry plastic. Like it's all digital.
I know.
You're doing
You're doing
debits,
it
you're doing
anyway.
Cash App, you're doing everything digitally. Even food stamps, you're playing games. EBT is digital. Everything digital. No more paper. So it's going out, right?
Right.
That is the preparation for doing transactions digitally all the time. But when you deal with crypto, now you're dealing with the digital currency also. So it just takes it up a notch from
Yeah.
what we're already used to. You already do digital transactions, so you're used to not
Right.
having money in your hand. You can if you want, but a lot of times we don't.
Right.
Now, instead of just using a debit card, now you're going to have a digital wallet with Bitcoin in it,
Right.
and you're going to use it. So while they tried to say Bitcoin wasn't this and it wasn't that and it was a bubble, now of course you're seeing those industry companies, um, saying different or trying to come out with their own coin or trying to,
Right.
because the layman, we find power in crypto. Look at Akon. Akon is an R&B artist, and he came out with a coin. He's calling the A coin. He's from Senegal, West Africa, but he was given 2,000 acres of land by the president of Senegal to build a crypto city. Why? So that the people can control the money. A lot of freedom, y'all. It's a lot of freedom out here, but
Yeah.
everybody's not a leader. And most people are not courageous enough to take a step that can change the trajectory of their entire family. Not
Mm.
many people will do that. They're going to wait to see it for themselves on TV or let the story be told by other people, and that's fine. I
Yeah.
call those the perishables.
Mm.
If you perish, that's your choice. But then
Right.
there are some of us that see future.
Right.
I like to quote L. Ron Hubbard. Look, this is what he said. He said, the best way to predict the future is to make it.
Right.
Ooh, hoo, hoo, hoo. Lovely.
Right.
I think that was in the factors, just so you know. That's a lecture series. But you guys, let's make the future. Some of us are courageous enough to make the future. And if you're watching this and you know you're courageous enough, but you just don't know how, you got a way now, because you got
Yeah.
some people that you can rap to, John, myself, and really create the future, create a different future. Like I said, a different trajectory for your children. I'm into crypto college funds. What y'all gonna do? Wait till they get to college and try to scrounge up the money? No, get the crypto now. They're teaching courses in crypto, and there are 7 universities that have started accepting crypto for tuition. Okay,
That's
so
so
look,
crazy.
let's
Yeah.
do it.
And
Like,
I'm
you know,
seeing the I'm
whatever
seeing the
not.
yeah. And I'm seeing the Bitcoin sign like on shops now everywhere. And
Yeah,
a lot of people have their phones now, right? Where they basically from their bank account, with the fiat money, but they just hit that little box and bleep, they just pay whatever they want to pay for. So it's
yeah,
basically sort of like it's happening now. It's just that you're using money that's not as valuable as what crypto can be, and you don't have control over it as much as you can have control over Bitcoin.
yeah.
And that's really the key thing. So I have a few comments here.
Hmm.
Somebody just making a funny comment. Make a comedy film of John going into banks asking for quarters. All right. I might consider that. Let's see.
I'd
Many
like that
retail
too.
banks are many retail banks are taking positions in Bitcoin. Their industry will become sustainably more efficient. The revenue will remain, but there will be I mean, less overhead due to the blockchain tech. I think that banks are playing a little bit of a game. They're coming up with ideas. They go, "Hey, Chase, we're Chase. We now got Bitcoin. Come and get some Bitcoin
Not
from us."
yet.
And I'm like, "But
Not
they
yet,
don't."
y'all.
Yeah, but I'm afraid that that's going to be what's happening. I've seen promo for stuff like that as well, where banks are, trying to get into the space, but they're not really Bitcoin, right? They're the bank's coins or something.
Yes, let's
You
say
see
that. That's
Yeah.
important to say because
Yeah, it's
if
not a
I'm a bank,
Bitcoin. You're not getting a Bitcoin from a bank. Trust me, a bank is not going to give you
they're
Bitcoin. They're
not
going to
synonymous.
No, 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 no. They're going
Yeah,
to give
you're
you
not, that's not happening. So what'll happen? Let me tell
yeah.
you what they're banking on. They're banking on, haha, no pun intended. They're banking on you not knowing. And so they say, "Oh, we got this coin called the choo choo coin." And you go, "Yo, I got me some choo choo coin." Girl, you can't use that nowhere. What's the value of that coin? You know how much it's
Mhm.
going to take for it to get value? The reason why we still rock with Bitcoin, even though there's other coins like Ethereum is performing very similarly to how Bitcoin did in the year that it made a
Bitcoin's
major
gonna
jump.
it's gonna be huge.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have
you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
You got some Ethereum, right?
Oh
That's
yeah.
what you said? Yeah.
Mhm.
So the key is to learn and know, and don't, like, people try to say, well, the bank and Bitcoin, they're not synonymous. I don't even put them in the same sentence,
No.
right? They may be doing what they're doing, but while they're doing what they're doing, I'm growing Bitcoin. I'm not listening to what they talk about. I'm gonna let them play around with the toys. I already got those toys.
Yeah,
Now
that's a
I got more
fiat
than those.
coin.
Yeah, this and let's talk about decentralized real quick. Here's the deal, guys. Bitcoin is a decentralized coin. That means that there's no one central organization that owns it, okay? But if somebody came out with the Choo Choo coin, that would be a centralized coin, meaning one
Control.
entity owns it and they control it. So even if you got some, it's not yours. And so that's the difference between, like, why we rock with Bitcoin, because nobody's there to control that movement. And so we get it and we create it, and yeah, it's not the same. So you got to know whether this coin you're dealing with, no matter what you buy, is it decentralized or is it centralized, and then make a decision about what you want to do, how much you want to accumulate. Those Tuesdays at 1 p.m. Eastern, they're called Ask Wall Street Anything. Anybody could be on them, not just club
Yeah.
members. And you can ask him these sort of Bitcoin or crypto related questions and get them from him, and he'll answer them. As long as it's not like crazy and not related, but you can ask Wall Street anything. He'll even show you how to get a loan through crypto and
Yeah.
then pay back crypto. Like, he do stuff I don't even fully understand, but
Yeah.
you want to,
I know.
if I'm
I
gonna
was
learn
I
about
was
money, I'm a rich person.
yeah. He's like a genius. I was listening to him talking. He just he has and this is what when somebody really has dove into something, they're never stumped, right? They know exactly what the question was,
Hmm.
and they can maneuver the question, and they can actually give you the answer that you may not even think that is the answer, because you're asking a question based on something else. He's going to be like, well, that's not the question that you should be asking. The question is this, because this is going to affect that thing that you're talking about. So forget what you were saying, and I like that, because that means that he's already ahead of the question, meaning that he's already experienced it. He knows what he's saying there. I have
Mhm.
one quick comment here from Matt that I think makes sense. If you look at how many different transactions it takes to wire USD based in US to Canada, for instance, it's substantial. Blockchain will make this much easier transaction. Absolutely. Therefore,
Man, you
and you're
right
right,
on the
there'll be
head
less
there.
employees and less retail outlets will be required. Yeah. It's gonna be hit. It's gonna be hit,
Well, it is the hit. Let me tell you something, John. Let me just say this real quick. You guys, like in our club, I have people on in my team from Zambia, from Nigeria, from Argentina, from Canada, like all over the world, and I work with them and help them build Bitcoin. If they're making Bitcoin through our club, and what it's like 3.99 to get in there, but then they start getting those increments of
Yeah.
250, increments of 500. They're making US dollar level money in a country where, man, their money is
Everything.
so low. So this is a very empowering place.
It
And
is.
like Matt said, man, you don't have to worry about any of that when you're dealing with blockchain. Like, you want to make a transaction in Africa and you want to use Western Union, you're gonna be paying a lot. But all
Yeah.
you got to do is say, Mom, send me your wallet, and you're sending her money to her digital wallet, and it might cost you $7 if you're using a Trezor, or
Yeah.
it might
Exactly.
cost you $10. So yeah, it's amazing.
So yeah, I went to the doctor and I had a little pain here, and they prescribed Zambia, which I
I
was
hate
the country that. Uh, um,
can't take that funny man,
I
but I
never heard
love
of
a
that country. I never heard of that country before.
really.
Yeah, Zambia.
Let me tell you that
Is
Zambia.
that
Oh my God, I
Zambia?
actually work with
Is that
somebody
with
in
a Z
Chicago.
or an S? A Z?
Zambia with a Z.
Ah,
And
Zambia.
actually, I work with someone who was a major novella like acting star in Zambia. He works here with me in Chicago, and it's like
Wow.
it's a yeah. And they sent me videos of them working our club in Zambia. No, in a hut on paper working. I mean, this is revolutionary.
Wow.
We're revolutionizing the lives of people in
Yeah.
all parts of the world now, where they don't have to feel the restrictions, and we're
Yeah.
all talking the same language because Bitcoin is one coin. It just has different value depending on your country. So it's very
Yeah.
powerful.
That's amazing. That's awesome. So let's if anybody has any questions here for Asada while we have a few minutes left here, we'll just right now is a good time. Um, but this let's say somebody is sitting at home, and they're kind of watching this and they're saying they're considering it. What should be one of the first steps that they take right now?
Go download a wallet, guys. Okay. You're going to go, I say go to Trust Wallet. I think it's very easy. It's going to be a logo that looks like a blue outline of a shield, white background, blue outline of a shield. And it's called a Trust Wallet. Go download a wallet. Even if you don't understand, whatever, go download it, right? When you download it and it says, oh, it's done, you're not done. You got to secure it, but it'll walk you through the steps. If you don't understand the steps, you can get in contact with John or myself or whatever, and we can help you. So you definitely want to download a wallet. You need to do that anyway,
Right.
because with everything coming down the pike, that Trust Wallet actually has a lot of different cryptocurrencies in it. And you'll be able to get your Bitcoin, maybe get some Ethereum, get some Dogecoin.
Yeah.
So go
Yeah.
download the wallet. That's the first thing. And then when you say, okay, what I got to do to make money, like John talks about how his 200 and change turned to 5,000. But you guys, I've made 53,000 in like 2 days. That's just,
Yeah.
I've been
She
here for
makes
4 years, you
this
know.
is like real.
So you can do this for a living, right? So
Right.
good. So you get your wallet, and then you learn how to transact. Some people just want to sit there. That's your choice in life. It's probably mirrors some other things, decisions that you make when you just kind of sit and wait for it to happen. But if
Right.
you're a person that does not sit and wait for things to happen to you, you cause them to happen, then you need to get with us, because we cause the affluence that we
Yeah.
experience. Is just real basic, and that's what the club
Yeah.
allows us to do. Is structured that way for you to benefit. And let's say Bitcoin's value goes down, it doesn't matter to us. You still can make money while Bitcoin's value goes down. So, be in a place where you can control the life of your money.
Yeah.
We've never had that before, but
Yeah.
we have it now. Sure.
And even if you're not someone who's like always who makes things happen, but you want to be, you know what I mean? It's like like because I don't consider myself, when I was growing up or when I was younger, I wasn't like the, hey, I'm gonna go get them. that didn't come later, till now, where I'm that way. But I did get opportunities, right? I got opportunities to try something new. And yeah, there was that little, "Ooh, okay, I'm gonna do this, folks." And I just jump, and I did, and I think that even if you're feeling that, I would say, reach out to me and I'll talk to you about my experiences. I think that that's really the only thing I can do is show you what I did, and
Mhm.
and and see if somebody, if you're interested in doing that. I'm gonna start doing this a lot more because I feel like I've got a little bit more knowledge in my head that I can give to someone. I won't say that I'm not, we're not giving any financial advice here. This is more of information that we're giving, that you guys always make sure that you know exactly what you're doing and what you're getting into and stuff. But if you want questions answered, then this is the place to go. And the MLS club is a wonderful place to get answers. I mean, that's the only place I have it. I have it right here on my computer screen all the time, and I
Mhm.
I watch videos. And I haven't been doing the Q&As. I started doing more of the Q&As just to listen to Wall Street, because it comes usually at a time when I'm kind of with the kids and stuff.
Yeah,
But
work. Mhm.
I'm starting to just put it on in the background now and just turn it up, and then I'll catch whatever, and the kids are saying, I'll be like, "Give me 1 second. I'm trying to pay for food for you." And then I'll catch the show. But there's just a lot of information that people can really benefit from it and getting the education there. So it's a really awesome
And
place.
let
So
me say this too, John, real quick.
yeah.
Look. When I went to college, right, Northwestern was like 40,000 a year. I
Sheesh.
want you. You could ask me how much do I use of that now? The answer is maybe 1% of what I learned because I was a television film major and we were using VHS tapes. Let me edit this VHS tape. No, doesn't exist. But here, you took. I
Right.
mean, they didn't show me. They did not show me any way to come out into the world and create affluence at all. That's not what they do. They do it something different. They take your money, but here, what you come into that Bitcoin club? It's only like $3.99, right? And then it starts like your exposure. They got a thing called a solo 401k that I learned about there.
Oh yeah.
That's a 401k program that you own yourself,
Right.
not a company. And so if you're an artist or you're, even if you're retired, but you don't work for the company anymore, and so they took your 401k, it looked like a 201k, you can have your own. It's not even expensive. So,
Right.
learning about those things in this space is so much more worth so much more than I
Right.
paid to get it. And not only am I getting that education at the club, I'm actually making money in the club. Like
Right.
it's
Right. It's
getting
like
paid
going
as
to
well as
college. Yeah, it's like going to college and getting paid while you go to college to do the thing that you're learning about while you're in college.
see,
You know what I mean? It's
see.
like it's a great opportunity. So awesome.
That's that's
All
right.
right, Asada, I would love to
Uh,
do this every couple of weeks, just
mhm.
get
Update.
together and update and see what's going on, and get more in depth on like maybe some specific things, and maybe take questions more. I think I would love to do that as this goes on. But let me
Sure.
see. He says
I'm
the
always there.
220, and yeah, it looked more like a two.
Well, what did
Yeah.
Matt say?
Yeah, he said that your comment about taking the 401k, and it looked more like a 201k.
Oh, baby.
That happens. But yeah, so want to thank you for being on. Appreciate
Thank you.
you very much. Thank you for everything. Obviously, we'll be talking a lot the next
Yes.
few years up. When all the stuff is happening. I love every minute of this. The education is awesome. So thank you so much for your time. I
No
appreciate
doubt.
you. And hang
Thank
one
you.
tight. I'm going to be right with you. I'm just going to close out the show. And thank you,
Bye.
Asad. Appreciate it.
Peace.
Awesome. Cool. So, Asada Kirkland, if you have any questions or anything, obviously you can message me. I'll put you in contact. I'll answer as many questions as I can. Whatever I cannot answer, Asada can answer, as well as the actual group itself. There's a lot of information in there. So definitely, let me see. Somebody's saying something here. What is it? Every 2 weeks is too slow. Well, we'll try to make it faster, okay? Thank you, Facebook user. I don't have your name. It's all it says, Facebook user. So, all right, folks, I want to thank you all for tuning in. I appreciate y'all. Take care of yourselves. Have a great weekend out there. Happy Father's Day to all you dads out there. Do the things that you love. Take care of yourselves. And as always, peace.